Do you think LeBron should be suspended?
Yeah, he's got to be suspended because I totally agree with Anthony Davis from the standpoint that, you know, he's not known. He doesn't have a reputation as a dirty player. That's not who LeBron James is. But that doesn't mean that the play at that particular moment in time wasn't dirty. The reality of the situation is you swung your elbow. And because you swung your elbow and it caused that kind of damage, the reality of the situation is that's what sparked the incident. However, I'm of the mindset that Isaiah Stewart, don't know much about him, respect his talent. He's definitely a man. The brother's 6'8", 250, built like a middle linebacker. Definitely so. Now, when he initially went up to LeBron James, he didn't go up like that. But how he acted thereafter, I think he deserves to be suspended for multiple games. You cannot act like that. He ran over numerous players, numerous coaches. I mean, I'm not talking about them having to restrain him. He bulldozed over several dudes, including coaches, all right, who are obviously older men. He could have done harm to his own teammates. Now, we know he didn't intend to do that. But in light of what, and this has nothing to do with the malice at the palace and all of that other stuff. I'm not trying to go there. But the point is, because of that, look at what that caused. You had, you know, the league more stringent with rules and regulations. You've had people getting suspended just for stepping off the side or stepping off the court, onto the court from the bench and what have you. Rules have been extremely excessive to prevent anything close to that from happening. He looked completely out of control. And then after that, he storms into the locker room and try to storm down. Now, LeBron backpedaled and all of this other stuff. People texting me and tweeting, look at LeBron backing up. I will remind everybody that it wasn't like the brother was coming after me. LeBron's 6'9", 250, 260. It ain't like he's some punk. You understand what I'm saying? Now, he's smart enough not to do it, but more importantly, he knew he was wrong. He knew he was wrong because he swung his elbow. All of that extra stuff Isaiah Stewart did was completely uncalled for. He was out of control, and you can't have that. I'm telling you right now, if you look back at the tape and you see him bulldozing over his own coaches, you don't know how hurt you could have made one of them trying to restrain you. That was completely uncalled for. You can't have that.
Which offense was worse, LeBron James in the elbow or Isaiah Stewart trying to get to LeBron James?
Isaiah Stewart.
You see, I think it was LeBron James. And I'm not going to sit up here and make excuses for Isaiah Stewart at all. I've known Isaiah Stewart. I watched him. He's from Rochester, New York. He is a very low-key individual, very nice person. Kid wants to compete more. Young man wants to compete more than anybody.
I've never met him. I don't know him, and I'm not saying anything about his character.
We're on the same page about that.
I don't know him.
I don't know what was said in that moment because, you know, what happens is, and I agree with you, Stephen, I think LeBron James should be suspended 2 games for that. First off, when you box out, you always get low. The fact that his elbow was high and he raked down with a closed fist, that's a suspension in my opinion. But what happens is when somebody is remorseful for something like that happening, what typically happens? Molly, you know what happens. Like somebody has an accident. Hey, playmaker, are you okay? You all right, man? I didn't mean that, right? LeBron James is standing there looking at him with his arm out. I don't know what was exchanged there.
No, immediately the guy came, Isaiah came to him, and LeBron was like, my bad, I didn't mean it. And then everybody else came forward. And then that's when Isaiah started going off.
So I'm okay with Isaiah being suspended, but he can't be suspended the same amount of games LeBron James was suspended.
Why is that?
Because I think even though he didn't get to him, I think the fact that it caused a scene, it was initiated by LeBron in that moment. Like that moment created that whole scenario for that to occur. Like it was, look, man, I know how to hurt people in the game of basketball. When you box out, playmaker, if you boxing me out, you're allowed to get in this rib cage. If your rib cage is on me, put your arm on my rib cage. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna chop it down. I'm gonna chop down the hell on your rib cage so hard, or your thigh. I'm not coming across the top of my body with my closed fist to your face. That means you want to fight. Those are things those create fights back in the day. So I'm not making excuses for him. I just don't see the punishment level on the same level.
So you guys are in complete opposite ends.
Yes, we are. LeBron should be suspended. 1 or 2 games, I'm good with it. It's not a problem. I get where you're coming from. He instigated the incident. But At the moment he instigated it, okay, because he struck the guy with the elbow, he turned to him and was like, I didn't mean to do that. My bad, whatever. The point is, everybody else came in. LeBron stepped back. Why is this incident? If LeBron hits him with the elbow and gets ejected from the game because of it, we say LeBron got ejected. But the highlights can't stop re-airing because of the scene Isaiah Stewart made. Isaiah Stewart bowled over numerous players, numerous coaches, numerous times in an effort supposedly to get at LeBron James. And what I'm saying to you is, when you talk about imagery, I get the point, Michael Irvin, about the name, the cachet, who LeBron James is. But when you talk about violence in the sport itself, who are you looking at today? You're looking at a guy that was completely out of control, that had to have teammates, coaching staff.
Was all bloody.
Yeah.
I understand that. I understand that. But what I'm saying to y'all is this. After the game, for example, if you sit up there and you walk off the court, you sit up there and you talk, and I'm going to meet you in the back or something like that, that's different. He bulldozed over numerous players and coaches.
Because you guys haven't answered this. Do you believe it was accidental by LeBron?
No.
Stephen A?
No. I don't believe
this thing was going to get as much play.
I don't believe the results of what happened he intended, but did he swing the elbow intentionally?
Yes.
Right.
He did.
But this was going to get much TV play, rather he raised around or not, because it's LeBron. No matter what, this was going to get that play.
Stewart's face is all bloody.
And I'm going to tell you something. As a guy who played in the league, you get hit in the face, like everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
And it's the difference.
Right, Mike Tyson. And I'm not condoning the reaction, Stephen A., but you are talking about a young pup in the league compared to somebody
We're not condemning him. We're not
way
saying his career needs to be over.
right?
We're not saying he's a bad guy. We're saying that optics, to view this man being completely out of control, I think his suspension warrants being more than LeBron's. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.